Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for watching my boring videos. I'm at Outpost Zimonja that I kind of forgot about. So I don't have any settlers yet, but it's going to be an outpost, so I want to make it a little bit more militant. I'm not sure what the word is. And I'm thinking about building a wall, because over there, the way in the back, that's a spawn point for raiders. I killed them once before, but they keep coming back, so I assume it's a spawn point, or I'm not sure if it's a glitch in my game, or whatever. So I'm building a wall, my first line of defense in this video. And yes, I'm using prefabs to create my wall, so please don't judge me. It will look good, I promise, it will look good. Even though I'm using prefabs, it's just to get the wall going, you know? The reason I'm using the prefabs is I want to create a little security office at the entrance of the gate, so it's going to be the easiest to do that. And as you can see here, I'm using the floors to create like a little walkway, because there's going to be more stuff on top of the gate. I was thinking about putting the living quarters on top, and maybe, I don't know, like a storage facility on the other side. You'll just have to wait and see. I promise it will look good. So the gameplay I recorded earlier this month, but it will be uploaded on Valentine's Day. Yes, I know it's not a very romantic video to be uploading on Valentine's Day, but I mean, it's the Wasteland. I don't think they celebrate Valentine's Day in the Wasteland. Do you think they celebrate it? I mean, where are you gonna go? Have like a dinner, I don't know, in a swamp or something? I probably should go check on my in-game husband, Preston. I haven't checked up on him in a while. I don't want to go to Sanctuary Hills because he just wants to talk about the Minutemen, and that's not romantic, so no. I think I'll spend Valentine's Day alone. In the game, obviously. I am married in real life, happily married, and I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but we're going to do something. We live in a tropical jungle, so there should be something to do. But in the game, I'm not in the mood to spend my Valentine's Day with Preston, because he's a fucking bummer. He was the first character that I came across in Fallout 4, and then we kind of built up a relationship, and he came up to me, he said he wanted to talk to me, and then confessed his true undying love to me, and then, I don't know, now we're a couple in the game. But now I'm conflicted because old Longfellow also wants my hand in marriage. I don't know why I'm so special, but yeah, I've got two men in the game that's in love with me. So we're on the top floor of the gatehouse, and I'm having a bit of a problem with these prefabs. I don't want to snap where I want them. So I'll be back in a moment. I think I need a new song for my montages. But anyway, let's get back to building. There's old Longfellow standing guard. I told him to wait over there because he's always in my way, and it's kind of annoying when he does that. So I'm going to put up these towers. Hopefully it won't look like Quasimodo's bell tower, but I think it will look good. You know, make the gatehouse look a little bit more official. I mean, it is an outpost after all. I'm not sure what an outpost should look like, but I think I'm doing a good job making it look official, like it's run by the army or by the Minutemen. But the game is set in the wasteland after the apocalypse, so we make do with what we have, so it won't be able to look like a real outpost. Oh shit. The bell tower is coming through my roof or my ceiling, but I'll fix it. I always have a plan. I fix the ceiling, but I'm not going to show you that video footage, otherwise this video will be way too long. Sometimes I do struggle with getting my stuff to glitch, like oh, that looks cool. I actually wasn't planning on doing that, but it looks cool, so I'm going to try and get the rest of the railings to look like that, but as you can see, I'm struggling my ass off, so let's just improvise and do that. And you know, that's what I like about this game. You can improvise to get your ideas to actually work in this game. So your own imagination is your limitations or the boundaries of the settlements, if you want to get technical. But if you have the building mod, build anywhere mod, then you can basically build anywhere, so then I guess the only limitation really is your imagination. Speaking of building anywhere, somebody actually suggested that I check out Fiddler's Green trailer park. That is one of the areas in the map that I would love to turn into settlement. You can build there with the build anywhere mod, but you cannot turn it into settlement, you know, get settlers to resettle there. Trust me, I've tried. I tried turning the Drumlin Diner into a settlement with a build anywhere mod, you know. I built it up a little bit, and then I couldn't get anybody there with a beacon or a settlement beacon, so I used a mod where you can create settlers, and I created a few settlers, and then they all just walked over to Red Rocket. So that's the problem with building outside of the bounds. If you create your own NPCs, they're bound to walk over to the nearest settlement, and then you sit with a settlement that you build in the middle of nowhere with nobody. Okay, but then again, if I was a Drumlin Diner, I would leave as well, because it is a cool settlement that I created, but the NPCs that I used was clones of myself. So the Drumlin Diner had like 20 NPCs that all looked the same, they all acted the same, they walked around like zombies, and it's enough to freak anybody out, so I would understand why everybody would just go over to the next settlement. But then when I got there, all my twins or all my clones were there, then I had to scrap them, because it just freaked me out. But in this settlement, everyone can look the same, since it is an outpost, so everybody's going to be in a uniform, whether it's Minutemen uniforms or maybe Slockham's Joe uniforms, I don't know, a uniform is a uniform. Oh look, the gate is done. Okay, so the gate isn't technically done, but the framework is done. I still need to put down the actual gate to keep out the raiders and super mutants and whoever wants to come and fuck up my people in the settlement. The guards at the gate will have clear instructions not to let anybody in who's not affiliated with the Minutemen, except for Preston. I know he's a Minuteman, but I mean it's almost Valentine's Day and he still hasn't sent me flowers or a teddy bear or anything in that regard, so I don't want him in the settlement. He can stay in Sanctuary Hill, so fuck Preston. Will you believe me if I told you this is the first time that I'm using a junk gate? Yes, I don't really like building walls or gates or anything at my settlements. Even my Abernathy farm, I think Abernathy has got like a concrete gate or something. Wait a minute, I think I fucked up this gate. Yeah, it looks good, but now I cannot get into my security office and it's a little bit too far in. So with the magic of editing, let's try the gate again, shall we? I think that looks good. It's not in too deep, and I'll just ignore the support beams that's coming through the office, just like Preston is ignoring me on Valentine's Day.
Let's take a tour of the shit I've built.
And there we go. What an amazing sight, if I have to say so myself. That gate truly looks fortified, so I think it will keep the raiders out. So let's take a closer look. I mean, you sat and listened to my ramblings for 7 minutes, so I guess you deserve a tour. A tour in first person, of course, unless you want a tour in third person, so you can see my white underwear. Anyway, the orange flag is a workbench, so I just added the blue one to balance things out. And while decorating, I realized I forgot to put on some turrets, so I just added these raised platforms with some turrets and spotlights. I kept the decorations to minimum, as I wanted the gate itself to be the feature that catches your eye when you come. So let's go inside and take a look around. Please be kind in the comments. This is my first outpost build. I think my entryway looks good. A little bit of a clutter. Oh shit, my light's glitching through the gate, but I'll fix that. I'll fix that in post editing. Post editing, is that the word? And I don't know what these things are meant to be, but they look like they belong in my entryway, so I just added them for the yellow and black stripes. You know, the outpost look, I guess. And some clutter, not too much, otherwise the Brahmin caravans might struggle to get in. And this is security. Everyone has to report you first, so we can screen and make sure you're not a synth or a pervert or a pedophile or something. You know, keep people safe in the settlement. And we have a water cooler if you pass the screening, otherwise you'll have to stay thirsty. I just love adding these maps to my government buildings. Don't ask me why, I don't know. It just looks like something that a government office will have. I didn't show this in my build, but I built a wall with concrete and made it look a bit scrappy on the inside. Nothing too exciting, just a pillar glitch that I used to get the walls, to give it some texture. I think it looks cool, so shut up, just leave me alone. This is my settlement. I left the windows open so we can defend the settlement more easily. And over here I wanted to add another guard post, and it also has a base vantage point, and it's kind of a nice view where you can just stand and reflect on your life in the wasteland. Reflect on everything that you've done, people you've killed. Anyway, let's continue the tour. So let's go over here. And more concrete walls with scrappy wooden interiors. And up the stairs we go. This is employees only, by the way, so please don't tell Preston I took you up here. The first door is where my guard will be sleeping and taking a shit. There's a bucket and some TP. See, all the essentials, even a newspaper if you want to read while dropping a deuce. And moving on. So over here is where the guard will spend most of his days to protect the settlement from raiders if the turrets fail, of course, obviously. Otherwise he can just go and read a newspaper. And over here is our storage unit where we store our weapons and ammo. Just until Preston I showed you this. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I hope I gave you some ideas for your builds. Remember to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed my video, or if you enjoy watching me running around in the wasteland wearing only white briefs. Just don't tell Preston.